Domain and the Soul Bond. They are ultimate level abilities.
Quickly predict your winner. I want to gamble the other team. Who do I think is going to win?
Bring it up, just how valuable those are.
Yeah,
I think CrownFall is going to win.
Last year, where teams would roll out on Adam Warlock composition, win the first fight, get the point cap, and then just stubbornly not lose the fight for a whole 70% plus before they finally lost one and went back to swap on the
No, I think CrownFall. No, don't say GGs. I have never been wrong about my predictions.
That's CrownFall's cue to be able to turn up the aggression.
Watch, I have never been wrong on my predictions. I guarantee you CrownFall is going to win the first fight too.
On CrownFalls and try to bait out the regeneration domain.
How you doing, Ren?
Already a little bit of pressure into the backline of CrownFall as Venom pushes on into the fight, mirrored immediately by Rosa, who takes a lot of damage, and the chase is good. Zerk's able to counteract that beautifully. The Groot is applying a little bit of pressure from Abuhu, but they're able to play around it. There's so many angles they can take here, melting through with the damage boost from that Mantis, and Zerk is just
because you lost the first fight doesn't mean you're going to lose the series.
Just do so much.
70% to first ult with the ult generation nerfs added on top, by the way. FHTC is actually going to be swapping onto the Psylocke, as CrownFall have the unfortunate job of trying to get past Vision Esports hold at this choke, which is why FHTC on that Psylocke will try and take an off angle from the high ground, pull Gainer's attention, and allow the rest of the team, in particular the backline, safe passage around corner and onto the point itself.
Looking to try and catch Gainer as they pressure that backline once again, but will pull back to the rest of the team. We almost have Soul Resurgence with a visible boundary. Will be the first charged up for the side of Vision. Satan is doing a great job charging up. Dragon Prison comes on out from the Boo-Hoo for the capitalization. Guardbox comes on out. Apex Predator from both sides. The angle from Surge is going to allow the pickup onto Rosa, and now they're flanking once again into the back. They don't even have a damage boost right now.
I can't believe I'm right, chat. I said Vision Esport was going to win this whole thing.
Grow copy?
I can't believe I'm right all the time.
Boo-hoo! Which means that CrownFall don't have double strategist ultimate sustain cycle. This is actually really unfortunate for them. Like, Dance of the Butterflies could find eliminations here, but Satan can just bring people back with the Karmic Revival fight, and Vision Esports will just be able to outlast CrownFall. CrownFall at least do have control of the point, at the least at the moment, so even if the Atom does commit the Karmic Revival, they'll stall a lot of point percentage control.
All right, pros and cons. Pros, that was a really good strangling prison. Cons, nothing happened. Everyone was able to live, and they broke out of it. Vision have lost the point. They haven't been able to reclaim it. CrownFall did
my prediction's right. CrownFall's rolling, bro.
From it. But they do now have a full actual strangling prison, and they have their Eye of Agamotto. Well, they don't have strangling prison anymore, but they still have Eye of Agamotto.
Bro, my predictions always turn like correct. Dude, they need to study my brain. My brain is like one of the biggest fucking brains I think Vision's gonna win.
That might be available are now gone.
I mean, Satan's just getting full team protection at this point. Like, he already was forced into using the self-regenerative cocoon, which meant that Vision Esports had Zerx playing alongside the Atom, Kyubi playing alongside the Atom as well.
It's like every time I predict the team is going to win, they always win. I think I am like blessed with predicting the future. You know what I'm saying?
Going to be in the hands of Vision Esports, as is Apex Predator. Zerx is just waiting for the stall to come in through from Gainer, and then they'll send out the Glortrox and grab all of the players, both with Feast of the Abyss for the hit of the anti-heal, and to funnel them all into the waiting Elsa on the wrong side of the choke.
Chasing down for the finishing blows, just to make sure that they get everyone for the collection. And Zerk had a beautiful angle there. This is just exactly what Vision are looking to be doing.
This is tough.
Incredible debut day. They want to be performing this well and piling pressure onto CrownFall. But CrownFall do have a way to try and break through. They have Eternal Bond. They might be able to touch the point. Dragon Prison comes on out, and Venom is looking to touch in the backline. Dragon Prison is not going to find any eliminations, so Eternal Bond will come out.
Does he hit it? Does he hit it? Does he hit it? Nice! He did hit it. Good shit, LeBron.
This does allow the team to touch, but they
good shit, LeBron.
They are so low, and they are very, very split without any big healing. Ultimates, they're just going to be picked off one by one.
Oh, this is risky. I mean, to be wholly honest, I think
you guys are going to probably be like, J3, what the fuck, man? But listen, remember what I said last time.
Like, there's a reason Vision Esports
whoever wins the first round of KOF usually loses
they knew that
the map.
Bond was the ultimate
CrownFall will win the next 2 maps.
And they wanted to force it from Derby so that the dashes were done by the
I
time
am
they could reach the
predicting
point.
the future right now.
Esports, like, they forced out the Cloak and Dagger ultimate, which would have put way more pressure on QB's Invisible
Brain
Boundary in this next fight being successful. So they're setting themselves up to be in a much better position when it comes to this first fight on the second round. Down to the butterflies can force Invisible Boundary. Potentially then you get to punish with
I saw the vision.
Pressure, but it has to catch the
vision.
Like, I cannot stress
CrownFall wins.
this enough, Tatcha. If it does not catch the Adam Warlock, everyone gets brought back by Karmic Revival.
That is the fight. Take out Adam, potentially twice, because he's probably going to have Cocoon.
CrownFall did not win yesterday, no.
And here we
they played Navi or something.
Go
onto Adam.
Go give them time to react, find the Warlock, and take him down. Saddam is charging up. He knows something might be happening. Look, fire across the range. Down to the butterfly. Into the backline. Get down, Mr. Warlock. He's already down. Take it off the board, but he has Cocoon. He can use that to outlast the majority of the rest of this engage and will be using it to return into this fight. In the meantime, Gator in the backline is trying to create a little bit of space. 2 down. Make it 3. And CrownFall, they got the Cocoon and lost literally everything else.
Yeah, and they got no eliminations on anyone else on Vision Esports. Like, QB's
Let's go Vision!
Stay standing. The rest
day
of the
one
team stay
team.
standing, so you don't even force the hands of
you guys
the
are looking
Karmic
good.
Revival.
I knew it all
Now,
along.
Potentially, you're going to have to invest your Apex Predator to do just that, but losing that first fight means that MJD has to walk through a choke and close up the distance, and Satan can be outside of the fight. That being said, he is playing a little bit too close, as Zerx actually decides to go first with their own Apex Predator.
Ooh, no kills on the Glartrox, Chad. Uh-oh.
Pickup coming in from Beta there as they push on in, try to force them down the stairs. And CrownFall just can't get momentum here. The pressure onto the point, utilizing that magnetic barrier, and the knockback back cannon not enough.
Oh wow, he didn't get that kill. That's surprising.
So low. Meanwhile, Karmic Revival still there, hasn't been used, and that Cocoon is getting closer.
Oh, this CrownFall played Virtus Pro, and they did a good showing against Virtus Pro in the second map, but they did lose, yeah.
They need to Meteor Ram to try and track it.
Hit it!
Not finding it this time. Eternal Bond is able to get out safe here. Soul Resurgence from Rex.
No LeBron this time, chat.
Topped up, Straggling Prism into the backline.
They turned into Angel Reese on a layup.
Topped up, keeping him in the fight. Guardian Barrier says absolutely not, but the damage is enough. The backline is deleted, and Saturn is taking too much damage. He can't find a safe position. He takes cover and gets the revive, but his team will not be revived.
Res 2
simply become more fodder. They can boundary, but who's there to follow up? QB is dropped. And
that was not a good res, chat. Not a good res.
For a moment there, I was like, is QB going to commit Invisible Boundary? But no, he can't. He can't afford to. FHDC's got down to the butterflies, so you have to hold your dance card and wait for the Psylocke to be ready to tango before that invisible woman is able to commit the ultimate. Zerx is about to hit Apex Predator, though, and that is a worry for CrownFall, as is Gainer going behind the team and getting the back cap. Like, the Venom is pulling the attention of the Psylocke too. Wait a minute, QB uses Invisible Boundary for the slow into Zerx's Apex Predator grab. Everyone from CrownFall gets hit by it, but they don't find the eliminations outside of the group. Down to the butterflies is survived through with the use of the Soul Bond coming out from Satan's side as we get.
I'm seeing a lot of these Elsa ults not get any value, and that's like a big question mark to me.
Once the Soul Bond has ended.
You have to be hitting. You gotta be getting value on your Elsa ults, chat.
And Gainer keeps the momentum going, keeping the pressure on and grabbing everyone on the retreat. The point is touched just so they can get a little bit of extra time on the board before it is flipped, up to 50% for CrownFall. But now they have to regroup, and it's gonna be a portal because we're at 80% and they can't afford to wait it out. Portal coming in, literally all grouping up together. Saturn sends a Cosmic Cluster out for a little bit of extra burst damage and a bit more charge at 55. No revive and no defensive ultimates currently available for the side of Vision, whereas Eternal Bond is available for Ionok.
I mean, both strategist ultimates are available for CrownFall at the moment as a Vision
unless
is actually going to
Batter gets his ult, he's not going to be able to get his ult in time.
Taking the space away from Vision Esports, so they can't just hold that backline off of that point and play for safety. Great Eye of Agamotto from Abuhu. He's on to so many players.
Ooh, that's a big pick. He killed the other support that has the ultimate ability. That's a huge pick.
Absolutely free reigning with the Elsa Bloodstone, but so too is Zerx.
Oh my god, Zerx is cleaning up, bro. Zerx is cleaning up. What?
Damage boost, and they're clearing CrownFall off the point.
Okay, not gonna lie, I think Batter actually won that game for them.
Get them into a position to stabilize with Dabby's invisible
Batter
boundary.
hit that ult on Dobby, and Dobby did have that Invis-Woman ult, and he wasn't able to use it because he got killed. Oh, Chad, that was big. The Magneto popped his ult, was looking at a group of people to hit, didn't aim over there, instead did a 180, found the other support, and able to kill the support. That's why I put all my channel points on Vision Esports, and I knew they were going to win.
Like you said, used it for the slow on the Apex Predator to make sure that they could sustain.
Never, I didn't have a doubt.
Able to outduel CrownFall later on as well. 23k healing isn't as high as the
here you guys go.
But that is because their opponents were being spawn capitalist on the stairs.
I mean, look at the damage.
28 and 1.
Like,
28 and 1.
They were hitting shots, as was Zerx.
Oh my god, there also went 9 and 7 with 3 final hits though. Ooh, that's tough, bro. That's tough. It was a really close series, but it looked like Vision Esports was like dominating the field, but it was still really close.
You're forced into having to cross around those corners. She can hide, she can obscure her hitbox and position, and then send out that Apex Predator in the close quarters so you have no opportunity to shred through the Gladrock summon health.
And that was even with the Adam Saturn was able to not really get the full Karmic Revival on that second revive they got. They were picked off, they were chased down, and that meant they only got the backline revive, which just fed more ult charge over the CrownFall. And yet even with that, the Soul Bond to sustain through on that second Ayavagamoto, Saturn earned their weight in, pun intended for Adam Warlock, earned their weight in gold.
I think if there's an MVP to give, it went to Kyubi. It could have gone to all 3 of the strategists, I think. And it's also just in that domination game. I think it was like Zootopia that Vision were playing up against Reason Gaming yesterday. A whole different look of a backline here, Moxie, but it's still Vision were very capable of playing it.
Yeah, I mean, that coordination is just really, really good, and that's something that we got to see when they were in the MRC run under the banner of Team Lions. That communication and coordination has always been absolutely stellar, and they identified very, very quickly, okay, Adam is going to be vulnerable, CrownFall will look to target it, let's make sure to shore up our defenses and keep him standing.
Yeah, for CrownFall, they chose Midtown when they lost to Virtus Pro yesterday, but the problem is that Vision Esports also beat Reason Gaming over on Midtown yesterday, so maybe the choice is going to change. We'll see in about 3 minutes' time.
I don't want to go to Midtown. Oh, we have a little break, chat. We have a little break. I'll put myself over here. We have a 3-minute break. 3-minute break. Has he twerked for any team yet? No, no, no. If I twerk for a team, they need to give me $50,000 because my ass, when it jiggles, literally has time-bending properties. So I can't just twerk for any team. I think I did twerk yesterday though. I was trying to do the Running Man. Emily was teaching me the Running Man yesterday. Yeah, I'll say it again. It's really cool that they have these skins in the game, but I don't for teams, but I don't know how they're going to implement this for all the other teams. Deadpool, you could put a shirt on him, whatever, but how are you going to give team skins to all the other characters? Are you just going to put a shirt on them with a team, like a team jersey? I do think it's really poorly done that they gave only Deadpool a skin, because if you don't play Deadpool, then you're not going to buy a skin to support a team. So therefore, but it is smart that they picked Deadpool because Deadpool can be played as a tankless support in a DPS. But yeah. You could do the same for Jeff. You could put a shirt on Jeff. Yeah, Jeff does have a skin like that. Is There's 100 Thieves playing today. I do not know what the NA games are. I took a screenshot of what's happening at EU. All these games are playing in EU, EMEA. I don't know who's playing on NA today. Oh, 100 Thieves plays tomorrow, actually. Yeah, that's true. TTK, I texted him today, and he did say they play tomorrow. Yeah. Is this the schedule? Yeah, but I don't. Oh, day 2, Nightmare, YWL, Fly Quest against Sentinels, TS7 against LX, Space Station against.
Like lost. Like it's.
Ooh, we have some good games on it,
bro. On 100+ playing.
I watch both EMEA and NA, but I think the NA games are so much better. I don't know.
There's segues into these two teams because they have to consistently play.
Not trying to hate.
Almost like 80, 90+ ping, but because these are two Saudi teams, I'm pretty sure they're on pretty much a server close to each other, which means that they are taking chunks out of each other at this point. CrownFall.
I just think the NA games are so much closer,
like
though,
I said
chat.
just before the break, Tetcher, Vision Esports played it. And
I think
dumpstered Reason Gaming.
okay, this is how I think.
They had a lovely time the last
in
time they
EMEA.
Right now,
I think there are a few teams that are the best. There's like 2 or 3 teams that are solidified as the best teams in EMEA. In America, it's anyone's ball game. You know what I'm saying? I think in America, anyone could win or anyone could lose. It's a lot closer in NA.
Of just showing how good they are, and yet.
Well, Virtus Pro, I think, is a good team. I do think Navi is a contender as well.
But they did start finding
there's a few
on
teams
Mid-10 against Virtus Pro. Like, there came a point, Ryan, you were with me on this, we actually casted this match yesterday, where we thought that they were going to hold on third, and then Virtus Pro hit overtime and hit Super Saiyan Stage 5.
Yeah. I mean, they maybe should have done, really. And that's the difference. I think, like, for some of these players of Vision, they were on a previous iteration of CrownFall. You've even got some, like, head-to-heads of players that used to be on Paradox back in Stage 2 of Ignite. But it does feel like the Vision team, because they've sort of done a lot more consistently higher with their, like, Lions finish. They have a little bit more experience, but there really is nothing between these two teams. It's not as if it really comes down to like a Boohoo and the likes of Gainer that actually have like the tenure. Everybody else is still fairly green, so there's a lot of promise and experience to still gain here.
And they're certainly gaining it right now. This is the preseason, so they're fighting for that prize pool, and of course they're seeding heading into the actual league itself coming.
Oh, the preseason is seeding into the league, official league, chat. I thought this was just like a little showcase of the teams. It's actually for seeding.
But they've been showing as much as they can and putting in the hours, potentially more than a lot of the other players in this tournament, because they've had these third-party tournaments that they can just throw themselves at over and over again, and that's mirrored completely in their tournament results.
Chad, do you guys remember that Torch player that we just watched 2 games ago?
The manager from Vision said yesterday that they're going to win everything. It's an expected Series 2 win here, but obviously I think CrownFall have a couple more.
What was his name?
Yeah, I mean, I really want to see the ban draft, to be honest, especially since Vision Esports got to play things like the Mantis and the Adam triple strategist on domination.
Thank you.
Taking them to convoy, avoiding
I wrote his name down so we could go spectate him later, because he had a really good Human Torch.
Things like the flyer compositions, and if Vision tried to rely on the Adam tricks, CrownFall could potentially go for things like the Groot and the Moon Knight, as we did get to see Rosa going for the Groot early on those rounds of Burn and T'Challa.
It's wild that when you talk about a flyer composition, Adam can now potentially be included in that, as he finally got his wings. But we're going to be heading on in, and this is looking pretty familiar, Moxie. We're taking out Gambit first, immediate protection onto the Elsa, allowing CrownFall to potentially. Last time they took out the Vanguard Deadpool first, and yeah, this is identical.
I mean, for Vision Esports, it's a no-brainer, right? Going for the save on the Elsa after Zerx had such a performance on that round of domination. Plus, as we've seen, if you ban out the Vanguard Deadpool, Gainer just swaps over to the Rogue. So, CrownFall, I don't
looks like
think
same
you
bans,
have the
chat,
ban
same
slots
bans.
to be able to burn
Gambit,
to take the Rogue
tank
out.
pool,
And I would
save
rather
Elsa.
see something
Oh,
like
looks
that.
like
Well,
both
yeah, we
teams
already
want to
got it,
ban
the Gambit
Mantis.
getting
Oh,
removed,
look at
so
that.
if
Wow.
it does get through, you don't have to team up with
Are
Fox
these
as one,
saves and
as
bans
no
going to be the same?
surprises. Mantis across the board for both of these teams targeted from Vision and CrownFall's end. So not going to get the triple strategist line, but potentially still getting the
FHDC to keep their frontline topped up, forcing QB to drop the first ultimate here with the God of Mischief into the Eternal Bomb.
And it's unmatched as well because X-Beta on this group, while not getting a lot of damage, has been cutting the line of sight for both Ayana Koji and Darby to be able to
There
work
has
with.
been a lot of White
Invisible
Fox
boundary,
played, yeah,
once the
here and there.
Eternal Bond is over. Rex does not yet have their actual ultimate to overlap into this, so CrownFall go aggressive. Eye of Agamotto combined with Apex Predator. And Vision Esports are dispatched and dealt
remember
with.
who someone
Back
said
to
that
respawn, they
CrownFall
are
was going to
sent,
win?
and CrownFall give themselves a little bit more space.
You guys
They
are
do have to worry
probably
about the wall with the
jealous of that
Bond, allowing
prediction.
Zerg space to send out the Apex Predator, but winning that fight does ensure FHDC or Ayana Koji, whoever decides to use the Karmic Revival, the opportunity to bring the team back safely.
Right now they have Karmic Revival ×2 or Karmic Revival and Invisible Boundary with that God of Mischief, which could be massive. Apex Predator's going to come on out early, grabbing to the front line, getting focused down. Regen domains to try and capitalize to make sure they can move forward safely, but they don't get the pickups. Healing output from CrownFall proving a little bit difficult to deal with. Straggling Prison going to be dropped out. Endsong Inferno for the blow-up collides mid-air with the Magneto, but there's going to be the revive from FHDC.
I started playing Adam a little bit more, chat. I think Adam's been a lot of fun.
They actually sustained through that fight, and CrownFall repel Vision for a second time here.
I think Adam's been a lot of fun lately.
Very strong chance of winning this next fight if they go fast, which is why we're seeing CrownFall get as much damage as possible before it begins, so they can battery up both Invisible Boundary by taking damage from the Cloak, but also MJD with the Apex Predator to try
I play
to
Adam
make
here and
Vision
there. I also played Adam in the tournament.
A more pain
that we
point
recently
since you can just
played
carry
in
them
and won.
outside of the Eternal Bond AoE.
Starting from the team topped up as they're grouping around Ambulance, looking for an opportunity to try and step up. As you can see, Straight play quite aggressively. Almost at that Eye of Agamotto. The Eternal Bomb that's dropped out first. We see the Wolverine getting taken down right off the front here. Darby, Invisible Boundary forced out on this backline. QB is holding on to that ultimate for a long time. As they've already lost one member, they're waiting for the reset, waiting for the boundary to expire. Eye of Agamotto into the backline. A beautiful launch. CrownFall continuing to sustain with 30 seconds remaining.
Oh, what an exit trade, though! Huge play from Gainer, goes deep into the backline, takes Ayana Koji out. No Loki, no opportunity to portal
This
him
is
back
looking
into
bad
play,
for Vision,
no
chat.
regeneration domain, and no Karmic Revival cast. This is great for Vision Esports. They can play aggressive with QB's one-sided God of Mischief to set Zerx up for all of the damage into the Apex Predator.
Son of Bonds coming on out. Group will shut off so they can go into the backline. They're going deep, looking for that Terror Cape to try and focus down the backline, remove the strategist from the board. Apex Predator deep in the entrance to the side.
Oh, okay.
FATZ off the board. They have the Cocoon though. No revive available, but they need to be alive in order for Aeon to get the clone, which they do. Karmic Revival brings back a
They copied Adam Warlock to get the res. Huge. That's why, bro, the double res comp is actually crazy. And now they have another res.
Continue the duel to not force them off the point. Abu who gets dropped low. Two members of the defense are down.
Uh-oh, does he have res? Oh, he doesn't have res, chat. He doesn't have self-res. Oh my god, bro. If he didn't get caught in that, he would have fucking had the biggest res of his career. But he was caught in the brutal. Wait. There's no way. There's no way. They're portaling back right now. They had a support ult on the point. Can they touch? Can they touch? Oh my god, they're touching and they have res.
Here comes the Karmic Revival.
Gotta be on point. You gotta stay on point. You gotta stay on point.
Apex Predator, though.
Oh! They got a 3-man res!
With the last stand, and Vision Esports have the last laugh in the fight. QB comes
Was it
on
worth
through
it,
with
though?
the later God of Mischief into the Invisible Boundary, and this is just a matter
I don't
of
think it was worth
cleanup.
chat.
It came close. But Vision
That
Esports
was
see the
such
fight
a
through
good
and
play,
head
bro.
on to
That was such a
second.
good play.
What a performance. That is Vision breaking the hold, but all the time was burned.
Okay,
through
now
here.
they're getting
That
off.
has not
They're getting
left
off
them
the
a lot of time to
Adam.
push on to the
Feels bad,
second
man.
point, which is another
That was a good hold, though.
notorious
That was a good hold.
Dives in
But
and
look
out
at the
from
ults.
The Venom. The ults are
Look
charging
at
up for
the
Vision.
ultimate economy, though, Tatcha. Like, Zerx has Apex Predator, so you don't have to start chipping damage in with your Elsa, which means that both Ayana Koji and Dabi are getting very little ultimate charge from the damage that they're just not having their Vanguards take at the moment. As Vision Esports want to take first turn, they lose Xpada, though, and that group was just a little bit too overextended. FHTC with the instant punishment from the damage that Elsa can do, and this is the turnaround. Vision wants to take first turn. CrownFall just prevented it.
Satan's moved over to the Winter Soldier here, looking for a potential just capitalization. See if they can go for the blow, but MJD is looking for anyone from Vision to step up. Straggling Prison, though, could be the first setup here. Apex Predator also at the ready, but their follow-up...
CrownFall did really well against Virtus Pro on this map yesterday, chat, so not surprising.
Steps up and puts themselves out there to try and make space.
It's really not surprising.
Is going to be punished. That Iron Root wall not set up. They weren't ready for the Wolverine.
I mean, now that Rosa has Meteor M as well, Rex can't use Eternal Bond to give Vision Esports a foot through the door of this choke, because if you do, Meteor M just slams down on top of you. So it's going to be up instead to a flank coming through from Zerk.
Vision is playing Bucky.
CrownFall's position
yeah, we haven't.
Oh! You trade your Elsa, but it might be worth it. That being said, Apex Predator from Zerx finds its mark, and both of these teams are finding eliminations, but CrownFall still.
I don't know how good Bucky is in pro play though, chat.
Both of their strategists, and Vision Esports are sent back yet again, down now to half a minute.
Not a lot of time on the board, but they held on to a big chunk of those ultimates. They almost have Kraken Impact, which can capitalize with that straggling prison of X-Beta. But they've got to be careful, because MJD is about to have last stand and is always hunting for that Groot. QB is staying.
No, we've seen some people play Bucky yesterday.
They do not get
some people.
From exactly
W Ren.
Coming on out, going to be going from a side angle, looking for a first pickup, but they need to make sure they're touching the point. This is going to be a trade out, 1-for-1 FHD for X-Beta, meeting straggling prison, already going to be dropped into
oh my god. He tried to go for a play. He tried to go for a play and it backfired, chat. He tried to go for a play and it backfired.
With the God of Mischief for the capitalization, trying to take down that Doctor Strange to burst through on this defense. Kyubi is deep in the backline.
Setting up for that Terror Cape just before he drops back into the Loki form. Abuhu's actually back on the Strange, but they're not portaling in. Looks like it's just going to be a full push out of Subway Tunnel instead. As Vision Esports trying to build up a win condition. Expert about to hit that Strangling Prison yet again, because like you said, it wasn't a cast, it was a CC cancel, so it went back to the 50%, but Abuhu is about to hit Eye of Agamotto as well, and so far these have been absolutely massive. Can he find the same level of magic that CrownFall were able to secure the wins off before? Rex is on Cloak, could potentially use the Dark Teleportation to keep everybody out of it.
Okay, that was a J3 Eye of Agamotto, chat. Holy shit.
The momentum with the
like me at the free throw line, dude. Airball. Oof. Can't do that in an overtime situation, bro. It's overtime.
The front line to try and force them off the point. CrownFall, they lose them though. Unable to sustain through. It's a slither of overtime left, and yet CrownFall grab one after another. Abuhu's going to portal back in. Satam may have to do the same for their team, as this is a scrappy fight as teams just throw bodies at this. Invisible Boundary's going to come out for Vision, thanks to the God of Mischief and Apex Predator to try and force them off the point, but they're still holding. Satam is throwing himself at this. They're giving everything to this. Gainer's now on the Wolverine to try and contest it, as Strange is forced back to the rest of their team to make themselves back into that defensive line as the Invisible Boundary with the second.
I didn't even hear the Invisible go off.
To avoid any chance of getting picked up by the Wolverine, and
that was a good. Hey, that was a good hold. I think this is CrownFall's CrownFall's like really go-to map. They're really good on this map, chat.
It could have gone anyway.
They put Virtus Pro for a run for their money yesterday on this map.
The trade of the strategist ultimates, Invisible Boundary, actual Invisible Boundary.
We might go to a map 3
onto Invisible Boundary from both sides. It really does just go the distance, but like by that point, overtime's been burning so long. CrownFall starts splitting their players off, not just focusing on holding the objective, but
CrownFall can lose. Yeah, they can still get full held and everything.
Onto Vision Esports, separated players, like going for the backline, wanting to pick apart things like the Elsa as well. Very good job coming through, but I mean, it was a lot of distance picked up on a map that, as I said, could be a full hold this time on the side of Vision Esports, because they looked at that Adam Loki stall composition. They're doing the exact same thing.
Good idea. We'll have some. They're even looking at Rocket. I don't know if it's going to make it out of spawn, but they could go for a triple revive here with the Battle Rebirth Beacon instead of the Invisible Boundary. And that's scary, but what's interesting to me is they're looking at the Thing as their second Vanguard, looking to the fact that CrownFall are looking at that Wolverine. They are looking at characters who are diving.
Hey, what's up, Pansy? How you doing? How you doing?
Lockdown. They want to make sure that they do not get free reign to move around and try and pressure Vision Esports backline.
And they won't be punished for it too, because they banned out the Groot earlier in the draft.
Our map's random.
So the Groot can just wall engagements off and
all the teams play on a King of the Hill map.
Players. So
and all the King of the Hill maps are already predetermined.
Like you said, Rex
but once you lose,
if one from Vision side falls early,
whoever does lose has the next can choose the next map from a map pool. There's like 5 maps of each game mode, and if you lose, you have to pick a new map.
Grab on that Wolverine,
so losers get map picked, and then the winners get the map side.
A lot of damage onto Gator.
So let's just say you beat my team goes Yidra still, and then you would be like, oh, okay, we want defense. So,
it's all about how quickly they can build these up. QB may get the first one, as Loki's able to charge up a little bit faster here, as Zerx trying to go for a quick blow up. The capitalization on these Elsas is so hard to do. If you're not marking who they are, then they could just do exactly this. And this looks like round 1, Moxie. This is what we were used to seeing.
I mean, the thing doesn't just stop the dive, it also allows you to play the tempo of the brawl, which the Ana is really happy to do. It also lets you apply vulnerability without the cloak and dagger in play that Zerx is capitalizing. Every opportunity that this Elsa sees someone low and purple,
the same map cannot be chosen twice. No. You cannot pick the same game mode as well twice. So if you play a King of the Hill and you lose, you cannot play King of the Hill again. You have to pick either Convergence or
they go back to the respawn yet again.
God, I hate how they do the names in this game. You either have to play Payload or Hybrid.
And now they're making CrownFall
Convoy or Convergence. Once all the maps are played, then you can pick anything you want, yes. But that's only in best of 4s, sorry, not best of 7s and stuff like that, best of 5s. But, yeah.
Doing a huge amount of damage, trying to bring out the Punisher to try and meld on through. But Karmic Revival, first one, going to be dropped out. Saturn keeping the team back in the game, bringing back 3 members. Ayamagamoto comes on out to try and capitalize.
Yeah, it wouldn't make any sense if you could pick the same map then. Because let's just say you scrim one map. Let's just say you scrim...
I mean, Darby's about to hit Invisible Boundary, MJD,
one Koth map. You win that Koth map, you lose the next game, and then you pick the same Koth map that you always win on, and then there's like really no variety. It's really boring and whatnot.
To survive it, or do you go for an easier but potentially punishable Karmic Revival copy onto Satam instead, which means you give up a lot of space. Looks like it's going to be a premature copy onto the Rocket to break out of the choke with the Cosmic Yarn Amplifier, which MJD, I mean, he's just going to sit inside Ayana Koji's Invisible Boundary, play it safe with the Final Judgment, and provide all of the suppressing fire for CrownFall to pick up first checkpoint.
I don't know what happens when a draw, because we rarely see draws.
Now it's a game of distance.
Worms, though. Appreciate the massive 5 months. And Invixty, appreciate the massive new tier 1 sub, my friend. Appreciate it.
As they were able to break through that first siege. Vision, they still are staying on the Atom. They're at 59%. QB at 13%. Rocket fully charged on that Cosmic Yarn Amplifier. So they have the damage boost if they want to go in with Zerg themselves some time for this recharge. But they've got to be careful of a Boohoo.
I mean, the Venom's just gonna go past, right? All of the space that CrownFall were trying to play up with, they've had to just turn around to deal with the Venom so that the objective moves closer to that last checkpoint, and it's allowing Vision Esports to shore up their defenses. Yet again, FHDC has to turn his attention from setting up Apex Predator into just dealing with the Venom. Now we get the Invisible Boundary coming on through from Dabby in reaction to Zerx's zone, but Vision Esports still get to hold their position.
Dive comes in from Gator, trying to put in a little bit of pressure. Symbiotic Resilience keeps them pumped up. There's the Apex Predator coming on out from FHDC, but they've lost their Loki in the backline. They still have 2 minutes. This is CrownFall's fight to lose because they have the opportunity to make sure they burn through Vision Esports cooldown. And they've successfully done that while still able to get a little bit of pressure onto the board. Karmic Revival from Saturn comes out to bring back Vader, which means it's not available for the CrownFall re-engage. That's risky. It's now going to come down to QB to be forced to use it.
I mean, you use the Karmic Revival, so you bring all of your players back and you can hold high ground, which now means that you have the opportunity and space for QB.
They have 2 minutes for this, chat. They have 2 minutes. This actually might be the first, I think this might be the first game. No. This might be the second game to go to a map 3 today. Wait a minute.
Potentially brought down before Final Judgment can be the nail in the coffin of this defense, but the regeneration domain from Ayana Koji brings him right back into the fray. Speaking about right back into the fray, Vision Esports whole team, they're all back. QB gets the Karmic Revival off, and CrownFall now have to complete the eliminations all over again.
Here comes a visible boundary.
Up, shotgun. There you go. When in doubt, just pump it out, chat.
Shotgun Punisher into the backline, takes out
Yep,
one.
shotgun Punisher. Yep, shotgun Punisher. Yep, up, shotgun Punisher. We are going to a map 3.
We have a series. We have such an insane series on our hands.
We are going to another match
that we
3,
would get, right?
bro.
When we looked at these two teams on paper, when we saw the potential of CrownFall against Virtus Pro, and when we saw what Vision were capable of doing against Reason, what a match this is
It's gonna be a
turning
long
out to be.
day today, chat.
We absolutely
What's
love
up?
it. This was CrownFall putting their best
Okay.
foot
Hello,
forward.
chat.
We
I
talked
have to
about
help
it. They
Emily.
put up a bit of a fight
what's
against
up?
Virtus Pro. We were like, there's something there. And yeah, there was. This is CrownFall knowing exactly how to play that. The adjustments were fantastic. They had great revive fights on their defense. On their attack. They forced a lot of extra value that way, and then adjusting into the Punisher to try and break through those front lines because it could dive in quick enough and just melted Beta 12 times, becoming a casualty, just putting too much pressure on him.
I mean, shout out Ayana Koji. Like, MJD was a slither of health when Vision Esports dispatched the dive to go put the pressure on the Punisher. Understanding, the moment Rosa uses Psionic Seduction to walk CrownFall out of that choke, and to its point, Final Judgment is going to be the follow-up, so deal with the Punisher and deal with him now. And it really is a race between that Punisher dropping and getting 1 foot. It's literally 1 foot into the regeneration domain to instantly get all of that healing from the damage done onto him.
I was a little bit worried, I think, for CrownFall with it being going into overtime fights and them slowly losing them out, and they could have full health like Moxie mentioned. I was like, okay, feels a little bit like a repeat of yesterday. But the attacking side was so blisteringly fast that Vision Esports couldn't really get a hold of this one. I think the bigger question now is, like, if Vision Esports were playing MRC, they'd go to another domination map. But they can't. They have to go to a Convergence. So I guess for them, for either of you, where do you think is the likely place they'll want to take it? What's
Had to
the
help
easiest
Emily
route for them,
with
considering
moving
how
something.
mechanically heavy they are, and also triple strategy centric?
I mean, I think it favors Vision Esports, right? Because, as you said, domination, demons.
I wish this game would allow keyboard and mouse on Xbox. Everyone with a console should have a keyboard and mouse. Stop spending all your time making girls in swimsuits.
I'm going to ignore your question and say
That's what you're mad about?
That would be nice. It'd be really
Keyboard and
nice
mouse on
to do, like,
consoles,
a
isn't that
touch
zimming?
mob.
And that's
We'll have
actually
to
really
see.
frowned
We'll see how
upon
this
and looked
series is
down
going to
upon.
finish out after a quick break.
So you're basically saying you want to cheat in the game. Yo, Mikes! Appreciate the massive 5 months, my friend. Hey, I don't know if you were watching the pro play, but there was a torch that dominated against Navi. Insane. Z-Ray, appreciate the massive 3 months as well. How you doing? How you doing? Most games have it compatible. Not really. Overwatch used to ban you for it for a very long time as well. And I think they just recently announced that if you plug in a keyboard and mouse, you're going to go play against other keyboard and mouse players.
Us against the world.
So yeah.
My time to shine.
Apex is a totally different game. Apex is not even the same game. Also, Call of Duty and Apex, well, if you plug in a controller on, I don't know why you would play with mouse and keyboard on Apex and even Call of Duty when a controller has fucking literally aimbot. Even the pros for Apex knew that controller was so fucking strong that they switched to controller from keyboard and mouse. Like, yeah. Sorry, I grew up on keyboard and mouse, but I can't afford a 3K computer. Oh, you don't need $3,000. Go to your Costco. They sell full-blown 5070 GPUs and 32 gigabytes of RAM computers for $1,000. Which is actually, which I think a lot of people who complain about the price of PCs I think that's an excuse. $1,000 PC at Costco for $1,000. $1,000 computer at Costco is 50, 70, 32 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM. Really good fucking computer. And consoles are like, what, $600, $700? You could buy a computer for an extra few hundred more. So only $1,000. The streamer who plays video games for a living. Yes. And I literally just gave you my input. Consoles are like $600, $700 when you could just save a few extra hundred and buy a PC if you really wanted a PC. So yes. Also, I am a streamer who plays video games for a living, but I was also a teenager that was 13 years old that used to wash cars and mow people's lawns for my first computer that I spent $1,000 on. So no excuse.
Vision are being pushed by the Saudi Esports counterparts CrownFall in this series. We still have other games after this one. We got Pulsar versus Ultra Esports and then Reason going up against Virtus Pro. This series is giving everything that you would want, right?
You don't have to believe me.
That was pretty successful in previous MRCs,
okay,
by Vision, and CrownFall qualifying for the most recent MRC. It is actually going to be Shin Shibuya that we go through next, which is we've seen it before in previous tournaments, but we've never seen it in EMEA with this Ignite draft. And considering all of the kooky stuff that we've already seen today, I don't even know where to begin, Tetcher.
I mean, it's the storyline I tried to set up yesterday, that this Ignite is a little bit of something
PS5
old,
Pro is
but
$900.
We have the newest map.
So people are buying
PS
PS5 Pros for $900, but complaining they don't have money for a computer, which is $1,000.
From how it was when it was taken out of the competitive pool, meaning that the initial choke point on point number 1 is so difficult to deal with.
Show us the Costco PC.
There's been a lot of discussion. I know, Moxie, you're a big fan of.
What's stopping you from just going to Costco.com and searching it up yourself?
Go around it.
Yeah, but it also puts a lot of pressure on the teams. Like, if you open up with Portal and you lose your Portal attack first fight, oh boy, do you not have a fun time of having to walk into a choke that you have your defensive counterparts having the greater ultimate economy against. So I feel like the Mantis, especially since we're headed to Convergence, is going to retain as a staple ban for both of these teams, which means, guys, there's a likelihood Adam Loki gets through again.
Yeah, it was the Loki that was like getting through. It was quite surprising. I was checking my notes. I wasn't showing you how well I shaped the top of my head. I did a really good job, but that's not the point. It was that there was a one-sided Mantis in the game that had such a big impact. But just like, we don't usually see like Loki being let through. Like, even though there's more focus that goes onto Elsa, onto the Deadpool, onto the likes of Gambit, there usually is just like, you've got 4 bans, yeah, get rid of Loki. Because we just don't want him to like amplify whatever compositions come out. Case in point, there was no Gambit in that server. Loki still got a lot of value, right, Tetcher?
Yeah, not just from the copies onto the Karmic Revival and the Adam Warlock. We also saw multiple times, of course, the copy onto the Invisible Woman for Invisible Boundary, which is the usual. The Adam Warlock copy is an extra bit of spice if you need
Total Bond too,
but Boundary's
like,
so strong.
Good portion.
I mean, I will say though, if we get flyers, like, Loki can't heal flyers. That's the thing. Every Loki player will tell you, I pull my hair out each time I want to play Loki, and I see like an Angela on my team, because unless you're flying close to walls, so you can take advantage of the AoE distance of the Loki heal, you're not going to be able to consistently hit your shots on things like the Ultron and the Torch, which is why when we do see those flyer metas develop, it's not with Loki as a strategist alongside it, it's more on something like the Mantis, who can just apply the heal tick and look away to the rest of the fight.
Just watching, because obviously going into a third map, I'm for the players getting like a couple more minutes break to just sort of make sure that they're ready to go into this one. There's a lot.
Yeah, we read the Marvel Rivals tweet like an hour ago.
Earlier, like 55. 4.5, 50, you know, just like, come on. We are getting into game very soon, but like, I don't mind. You've got like the old map now back into the game, 0 changes, but a whole new meta and a draft system put on top of it. It's not surprising in the slightest, Moxie, that they're probably making sure that they are as ready as they can be, because it's not only what they're going to use in the server here, it's what they're showing for future games, qualifying games for playoffs for sure.
Well, not just that, it's also the fact that we're about to go into ban draft. So you don't want to screw over your ban draft on a map like this, especially because if you're attacking first and you manage to get the full push against the defensive team, that's going to be a great motivator to have your defense ranked, as opposed to if you're defending first and you find yourself getting rolled because of a bad ban draft. That's going to be horrible motivation to have to pull out on your attacking round.
Vision starting us off on the attacking.
Holy shit! Why is the Costco thing so slow?
CrownFall forced onto defense, meaning
Someone
that
linked
they
it.
have to be the ones to show.
I clicked on it, but
how
it's been
you lock
loading.
this down. And Vision bravely showing us for the first time in EMEA for Ignite how to attack on
AMD Ryzen 7 NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5060 with 32 gigabytes of RAM and 1 terabyte solid state drive. $1,200.
Mantis actually being removed incredibly
and that's not even the most
that's
not even like the cheapest
not
one.
A Vanguard Deadpool that they decided to remove, as it looks like we're going to have an Elsa Mirror. I wonder if they can actually like leave the Vanguard Deadpool open to try and deny Vision Esports wanting to put Gainer on the Rogue, especially since Rogue.
That's how popular it is, shipping out of stock.
Gambit was the
But that's just this area. The 5060 graphics card right there is the price of the computer.
Very familiar
or even the fucking RAM at that point.
Being banned out earlier instead of that Vanguard Deadpool. And not even banned out even on the second attempt there from CrownFall. Vanguard Deadpool is just being allowed through for Vision.
Not even that, bro. Not even that.
This is a very strong character on this map.
Same computer right here, $1,300, online only. It says out of stock. There's another computer if you want it, a little bit more expensive though. 32 gigabytes of RAM, 1 terabyte storage. It has an Intel chip though, DDR5 RAM with a I can't see the graphics card. $1,000, $1,100. Goes even more expensive.
So you don't get the opportunity of skipping the
another computer, 1,400 though.
Coming through into a save on the Deadpool.
Costco, bro. Hey, listen, Costco has some great deals, bro.
Echo the Loki ban, or do they prioritize the Invisible Woman? Okay. Vision Esports lose the access of Susan Storm.
Oh, an Intel graphics card? Ooh, I don't know about that anymore.
And that does mean potentially we do see when they go to the defense a stall strategy with a different composition for first, then when they move on to second. If it
My
is
Costco near me
build,
has all
we're
those
going to have to
computers
wait and
for
see
like
because they won't roll on the attack.
$999.
Instead, we're likely going to be seeing a much more aggressive composition around both the Jeff and the Rocket.
This gives them, of course, the classic Zootopia backline where they can avoid getting dove, but also
drink water, Ethan. By the way, appreciate the massive 2 gifted subs. Yep, drink water, chat. Drink water.
The bubbles from Jeff mean you can roll forward quicker and pile on even more pressure. Vision hovering spicy, but we'll talk about
sometimes twice the price. Shortages do hit these pre-builds as well.
But welcome
hey,
back,
all I'm saying,
Shin Shibuya. First time it's been in pro play
Costco
for a long time. And CrownFall, they're showing us their defense. They are looking at that defensive Angela.
I mean, Rose is already looking at Vision Esports spawn. So I would imagine if you're hearing a Strange Portal queue, that's going to be the queue for the Angela to drop down and spear the Strange out of the cast. And I mean, there we go. Xbeta is currently on the Sorcerer Supreme. Rosa, do they go for the Portal cancel or do they let it through? Looks like they might actually let it through, and we can see CrownFall adapting their position, starting to try to scout out where exactly.
Oh, we're on this. I like this map too, chat. I'm glad that like a lot of pro teams are actually taking us to this map.
Actually exit, maybe a little bit of cover, but also in a position where you can maybe get an early pickup. They've got extremely aggressive here, but they.
My favorite thing about YouTube is that you show chat a cheaper model because they're all saying PCs are $3,000. You show them a cheaper model and then they complain about the price still. Can't win, I guess. Unfortunate.
Your team in, swap to Venom. He's got a fast rollout, rejoin your team. This gives that Jeff the Symbiotic shenanigans. This is something we've seen a little bit in the past. Good to see it make a return
YouTube
here.
chat.
But while that's happening, they focus down on
brains aren't braining, man. Brains aren't braining right now, YouTube chat. Not looking good, man. Not looking good.
Yeah, Rex was only on the Atom for that first push with the teleport with the soul
KFC Chicky for 39 months. Appreciate it.
As we can see QB from afar healing the team. They've already been able to pick up the first bit of point cap. MJD falling as well. Means that CrownFall are losing the opportunity of stalling for a win condition to be built up. I say win condition. Honestly, it would just be stabilized condition at this point. Invisible boundary potentially, but Darby is already down, as has the first checkpoint fallen. CrownFall CrownFall now have to back up disengage, relying on Ayana Koji with the Jeff bubbles to give the speed boost to stop Vision Esports finding more staggers.
Call the AR nurse because that condition is anything but stable. CrownFall forced to retreat so far and give up all the space to Vision as they push on forward. And
you know, this map is supposed to be very defensive heavy, but seeing the pros, even last night, roll through the third point. I mean, the first point.
A little bit, and this is how, as you pointed out, that defensive Angela to put pressure on and try and punish people who try to sneak around, trade out Gator for MJD on that front line as Derby just sending shots down range, keep the healing up for the rest of their team. Apex Predator comes on out, grabs back, trying to force them off the point, but it's still Rosa who's fighting people on the flanks.
I mean, Derby as well, able to stay up despite Gainer being brought back by the Battle Recall Beacon. You still lost access to the Banhammer, so the Invisible Woman still stands. And
I've worked for 12 hours every day for a month to buy myself a PC. That's awesome, bro, but don't say that. Don't say that online.
Will be able to regain all of that momentum instantly.
You working for something that you wanted? That's you can't say that, bro. That's outrageous. You can't say that.
And without strategists, CrownFall are going to have
to unheard of.
You can't up and look to regroup for the next.
Satan might know where the Jeff
if you mention work one more time, that is a slur or a job. You will be banned from this chat.
Still flanking, still causing issues. Trying to enter into the duel with Satan, who tries to chase them down with a good chase and successfully.
Bro, that's ridiculous. How does a character, a melee character, chase another character that's flying in the air and do that? That's chat. I'm sorry. Daredevil needs to be killed, bro. Removed from the game. Nah.
Amplifier for the damage boost. It's Jeff to buy a little bit of time. This will be a quick retreat. Not going to make it back to spawn, but with Rosa combo, that might have given CrownFall a little bit of time to regroup and try and punish the people here. But Zerx arrives back to the fight and immediately contributes, grabs one, sets up for two.
Nah, bro.
Continue their momentum.
I mean, CrownFall do get one more chance at stopping Vision Esports before they hit second checkpoint. It's all going to come through from MJD's Galactic Legend. Rosa, with the Heaven's Retribution, tries to tie the team up, but unfortunately, Derby just gets spawn camped by Experto, who's more than happy to position himself outside of the fight and get the more crucial elimination. And again, without the Invisible Woman, CrownFall just don't have the sustainability. Ayana Koji alone on the Jeff is not going to be enough to keep the team up in the face of the Apex Predator. And Vision Esports continue rolling through Shin Shibuya.
The pressure is applied. We're getting the full tour of Shin Shibuya here in its return showing, getting to see every single part. As CrownFall tried to set up for a defensive boohoo. Onto the Groot. MJD going for the full combo. Horn of Proteus with the Namor. They're going to try and just wombo Vision out. But with 3 minutes left on the clock, they have to first build up those ultimate charges. 42% on a Boohoo, 22 on MJD. As Vision just keep pressuring, keep diving into the backline, walls it up to try and cut them off from their
already on last point, bro. Jesus.
Take out Beta, but the Rebirth Beacon's already up, but it means it's not there for Gator. Finished off on the chase as Rosa is piling on the pressure.
Yeah, more space as well. Like, even though you bring the Venom back with the rocket cooldown,
Jay, were you a Marvel fan before Rivals?
Creating space for the rest of the team to be able to make plays off of, right?
I was not.
They do have to back up until the Venom's back in position.
I wasn't even an Overwatch fan before I played Overwatch.
Now Koji moving off of the Jeff onto the cloak and
I will say, playing more Marvel Rivals has me watching a lot more Marvel shows, though.
Unfortunately, you've lost Derby thanks to the Cosmic Kill Amplifier damage boost onto Zerx, who is just doing so much work on this Elsa. And Ayana Koji, like, you're just looking to go out as fast as possible so CrownFall can look to regroup and come back into this next fight with the double strategy.
The Moon Knight show was one of our first and one of my favorites, yes.
Immediately by Let the Devil Out with how close Vision Esports are holding up to that spawn.
And I agree. Watching this game is much more enjoyable without the ult spam, yes.
More doors as possible. Straggling Prison, as we said, at the ready, and Horn of Proteus is just around the corner, but their strategist may not be.
That's crazy.
Is causing grief.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
The Horn will not find value. It's sent into the backline.
That's crazy.
Zerx, but Zerx is too fast. Apex Predator takes down one, looks for more, but
nah.
Do lose 2 members in this. CrownFall is starting to stabilize, but Gator not giving it up yet. Aya Nagamoto into the backline. Gator is pressuring the strategist to try and create space here, but CrownFall have claimed the point back, and they will delay.
Yeah, Davi comes back, manages to set up the invisible boundary, plays outside of it so he doesn't go
That's
down
crazy.
prematurely. But still, 1 minute 30, and CrownFall just used both of their strategist ultimates. Expada's about to hit another Feast of the Abyss, this time with a Cosmic Yarn Amplifier. The moment Gainer hits Banhammer as well, CrownFall are going to lose one of their strategists if they can't just peel off the base neutral dive in its strongest form.
Building their way back up 48%. Beta at 80% for the Feast of the Abyss, meaning that they have that huge backline burst to set up for Satam and Zerx to just get immediate blow-ups. Cosmic Yard Amplifier going to be burned immediately for the fight as Banhammer into the backline. FHDC is dropped completely here, and that is so much of the damage of CrownFall. MJD on their own Daredevil trying to create some space into the backline, but they're not finding a taken down. It's a full team wipe, and Vision give us the full
keep in mind, chat, you are watching like high-level players play the game. They will get their ults a lot faster than like your average player, because they're hitting more shots, they're hitting more heals, they're hitting more abilities, so they are getting their ult charge a lot faster. You know,
decide to go for that walk.
Don't want to be mean, but in lower ranks, just this is a fact. In lower ranks, all of them are not hitting as many shots or abilities or all this stuff as well.
Satam on the Daredevil as well, that point of entry from Xbeta on the Venom, doing so much to create the space. Rosa was able to deal with some of it, dispatching the threat levels of both the Daredevil and the Venom individually on second, but had to turn away from the Angela because like you were disrupting, but you weren't actually dealing damage, finding eliminations, or successfully peeling your backline, because you would deal with one part of the dive, but the rest of it would still be able to find the hit.
The pace of the game does feel a lot better. I do think they're going to have to change individual characters' ult charge now.
They must have the plan, and looking at their defense, it's
I think once they change individual ult charge, the game will feel a little better.
And that Venom with the Zootopia backline of the Jeff and the Rocket, and the classic
YWL and Nightmare are NA. Wait, your name is Lunex. Wait, are you actually like the team Lunex? Or do you just have to have the same name?
CrownFall, though, with Abihu on the Strange, I imagine are going to be looking for a similar point of entry with that teleport to open up the fight, going side door entrance just to make sure that there's no shenanigans.
NA has not played yet. We are in EMEA right now. EMEA has, after this game is done, 2 more matches.
Exactly the same point of entry actually has Vision Esports. Same building to a T. Abihu, unfortunately, falling a little bit further floor, it looks like at the moment, as Vision Esports retreat, putting their players into the bunker to make sure that the dive can't commit, while sending Beta to make sure that CrownFall lose the space created.
Who built this building? The floor keeps collapsing.
Eve! Appreciate the massive 2 months. How you doing? How you doing? And Brave, by the way, appreciate the massive prime sub.
Very much in. The front line's going to be focused down with those living gunshots, and Zerx just shows why we're scared of them. The Adjun is trying to create a little bit of space after that initial engage, but Rosa goes down.
What did I say at the start? Vision would win? Nah, my money was on CrownFall.
Mobile attempting to escape, but MJD actually grabs both and is still causing grief. Finally, Zerx will be able to finish him off.
Insane play coming on for that from Zerx on that Elsa Bloodstone. CrownFall, though, they lost that strange portal, and Vision Esports gained access to it. Abu goes through it with the Maelstrom of Madness fully
Abu is like killing it on Strange right now. We have not seen a very consistent Strange player in this tournament so far.
But they have not been able to finalize the full fight, so we're forced to the rest of the team to just flood Vision Esports space and make sure that no one can get past.
And Strange was one of the last ones to go down, meaning there's going to be no portal. Venom is going to try and delay, but there's just no way they sustain that, which means CrownFall will grab the first point and begin their push, making their way on towards the second point here. Vision forced to reset. They have to wait a long time.
What's your personal top team in the NA? We haven't seen all the teams play, so I can't really give you my opinion on that.
But they've only still got 4 minutes on the clock.
A team that looked very strong yesterday, and apparently they haven't lost a scrim yet. Keep that in mind. Scrims don't mean everything, but they haven't lost a scrim, and they rolled the tournament yesterday. Swamp Gaming.
They haven't been able to set up and stabilize a dive position, which means the CrownFall get to dive on their backline instead. Rex is the first to go. FHDC with the Apex Predator looks to send it out onto the point just to make sure that Vision Esports are cleared off of it, and when the dive hits, they can make sure that the objective continues moving at the same time.
Darby currently on cart duty, keeping an eye on the Spider Zero as they make their way onto
Soren, appreciate the massive gifted sub, my friend.
Play exactly the same as last time, hovering around the flank, looking for an initial target. Anyone they can find who can be isolated will be valuable here. Gator fully charged on that dive into the backline, that ban hammer to see if they can punish someone. They're going to drop it immediately onto MJD, who unleashes the devil to try and zone them off the board and keep them away from the fight. Heaven's Retribution grabs everyone. It's Jeff for the combo, but it's a huge blow up. Leads focusing from Vision, immediately counters it. Counter going to be coming out from Kyubi, who is going to successfully make it to the side.
Oh my god, he actually got 4 people swallowed. Oh my god.
Great setup by Kyubi.
Oh, QV
the Animal Crossing backline chat, the Jeff Rocket. Hey, it works.
Just obliterated.
Jeff is a really good character with dive because all you have to do is stay very far back, throw your res beacon down. If someone dies, they get rezzed, and then also, like, you're just launching balls in the general direction, chat. Just hit your teammate in the back with the balls, and you're good. Like, you don't have to be, like, you don't have to be so close to them and die and do all that stuff. Rocket, yeah, Rocket. Sorry, I mean, Rocket chat. Did I say Jeff? I mean Rocket. Oh, you can hit your teammates in the back with balls too on Jeff.
Safam returns to the fight, joins in the brawl, immediately focusing onto Rosa, takes them down on the retreat, and looks for anyone who's trying to pressure their backline. We're trying to turn that attention onto Abu, who Zerx rejoins as well. MJD picked off before they can even make it halfway back to their team, leaving FHD.
I will get that soon, AM. Trust me. Listen.
Make something happen, but they're not having enough time to react because Satam is piling on even more difficulty.
Nah, this character's stupid. I don't care what anyone says. That character's stupid. Poor Jeff. I mean, poor Rocket. That character's dumb.
I mean, this is just
that character's dumb.
And honestly, really good defensive mechanic theory too, coming on through from Vision Esports. They're taking as many fights as they possibly can. Like, yeah, they might lose players, they might trade ultimate economy, but what they're doing is they're wearing down the time bank. CrownFall go to 2 minutes remaining, and they still have at least 2 fights before they can close out second.
Darby forced to make their way up to the front line, but once again he's getting chased down by the Daredevil, but he's making the most of his slow descent to try and just juggle his verticality to pressure onto that backline. In the meantime, Zerx is deep in their own backline, punishing CrownFall, who are trying to dive in and doing a fantastic job at doing so, keeping that pressure onto the backline up to 80% for the Apex Predator, and piling damage onto Abuhu as they try to step up. Beautiful use of the smoke trap to focus down MJD, and CrownFall a reset again. That was 4 minutes on the clock when we got to this point, Moxie, and we're down to the last one.
I mean, we're getting to see why MJD has to go onto that backline and pull Zerx's attention, because if CrownFall's players walk around that corner into the open line of sight when the Elsa's attention is undivided, yeah, Zerx is going to hit their shots and CrownFall will start seeing BRB get burned out instantly, so Rex gets the lead on that cooldown. Speaking about instantly, Vision Esports instantly jump onto CrownFall the moment they catch a whiff of the attacking team's position, and MJD is taken down instantly, no chance to let the devil out.
Wait, I want to see.
The Jeff eats the focus down, the man without fear turns CrownFall into the team without fish as they're being taken down. The dive is huge. Apex Predator to try and flip this from CrownFall to make something happen, but FHDC is eliminated, and with 18 seconds left on the clock.
Nah, bro, come on, CrownFall, man.
CrownFall,
listen,
they can't afford to try and Strange because that doorway is so easily interrupted, so they go for speed, they go for Rogue, they go for Angela, and it's time to just rush the point. Gator dives on in though, takes out the Elsa one more
at the end of the game, chat, it was a very competitive. It went to match 3 and it was good, but I am really sad that I thought CrownFall looked really good yesterday, so that's why I put my money on them. Vision did win as well, I think, yesterday, but damn.
Vision Esports taking the series.
Vision Esports beating CrownFall
is so defensively favored, and why Elsa Bloodstone and dive as well with an Elsa Bloodstone composition is so problematic. Like,
it was a pretty even bet across the board. 55 for Vision, 45 for CrownFall. It was a pretty good one.
The dive
Vision did win though.
Its way too. So it's very much a symbiotic relationship between those two aspects of the comp to strengthen out the other.
Not too bad, chat. Not too bad.
Very nicely done.